Oh, look at that red.
Oh, where are we going? Oh my God, you just take us into downtown.
Of course.
To where?
Skid Row, baby.
What? Yo, welcome back to the IIV League Podcast. This is episode 13. Lucky episode 13. I ain't trying to jinx us or nothing. Thank you. Thank you, Mercedes. You guys get to see how I drive. This might be the worst idea. I am blocking an intersection.
We're about 30 seconds in. And
I'm blocking the intersection. I just hope nobody sees a microphone in my hand because that is not going to be cool in LA traffic.
That is self-incriminating evidence.
So incriminating.
For an
this
hour.
Whole video is incriminating. Gotta be. I'm not sure if it's illegal, but I feel like it's close.
Gotta be.
Might be illegal.
Has to be.
Hey, problem. If the light hits the lens, you're not gonna be able to see anything for who knows how long. Hopefully you can still see us though. I hope it's not wiggling the whole time. We got stabilization. Okay.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Hey guys, if you can't see right now, here's some great alt text for you. We are currently in my car, and Sam, is it your week for a theme song?
IIV League Podcast. Hey, IIV League Pod. Hey, Ivy.
I almost hit that man.
That's crazy.
You're slacking. Big time slacking. Big time slacking. I'm gonna go talk to...
Wait, no, wasn't it my week last week? Yeah, wait a second. It's your week.
Point is, guys, welcome back to the IIV League Podcast. Smart people talk about stupid stuff. My name is Lonnie. I go by Lonnie IIV, and I have an MBA and a degree in human factor psychology, and recently completed my project management certification. Where's the traffic on this street?
We're not there yet.
Are they in school? Are they at work?
Is the traffic asleep? This is also the booty crack of dawn.
It's 9 a.m., brother.
It's early.
It's 9 a.m. That's not the booty crack of dawn. That is a normal time when people are awake. It's the time when most of America is awake, dare I say.
It is
Do I
early.
turn here or do I turn later? I don't remember. I think I turn later. Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
My name is Sam. I have my degree in aerospace engineering. And I'm currently working on my project management certificate.
Yes, you are.
I'm about halfway done.
Are you really?
Yeah, I've been speed running it.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, honestly. Not the worst idea. Again, thank you guys so much. We've been hearing your feedback in the Discord. If you're not in there, jump in the Discord. Click the link in the bio. You'll find the link to the Discord. Discord's just like a forum for those of you guys who might not use it, never used it before. Kept me alive during quarantine. We just hopped on there like every other night and just hung out with friends from like high school and college. It's a great time. And there are other people in the Discord who are fun people. They're great people. Look, if you like being around people who are fun, genuine, and want to make the world a better place and are doing it one day at a time through, I'd say, relationship building and just trying to figure their stuff out within themselves and their communities, it's a great place to be. Good people to hang out with. And if you know math, please join. We have a section where we help with homework and people ask about chemistry and math. Yeah, the study hall, people ask about chemistry. Hero was in there asking about chemistry, and I had no idea how to help them. Oh. Yeah, ionization. You know anything about that?
Yeah, of course. I loved chemistry.
Of course.
I loved chemistry.
I know nothing about my friends, and that's what this comes down to. That's the lesson here. Because I'm like, well, you don't like that. That's not you. And then they're like, oh, I don't know. I've been doing that since I was 6. And I'm like... Sometimes you have friends just like that's not what you do. You're not that friend. You're the nerdy friend.
Yeah, you're not him.
No, I'm the music friend. I'm the music friend, guys.
Actually, I was telling my roommate yesterday or the other day. They were asking me some stories, and so I was telling them a story about how I rode like a rocket powered, like I made a homemade like rocket, and I strapped it to my skateboard and I rode it down the street, and they were like, "Huh? Do you know how to make like C4?" And I was like, I mean, I've made TNT before, and they were like, TNT. They were like, what do you know how to make? And I was like, that's a good question. But the point of that was they were like, oh, Sam's not that guy. And then I just randomly tell these stories about how I've made, X, Y, Z. And they're like, huh? Who are you?
I mean, we've been over this before, but Sam, you've like done the whole sending stuff to the moon in outer space before, right?
Stuff I've worked on has been out into space.
I think we can count that.
Yeah. And stuff that I've worked on is going to the moon. I worked on the next manned mission to the moon.
Why do you do space stuff?
Space is cool.
What do you mean?
It's cool.
Why do
It's
you say
like
that?
it's like
Because space, a lot can kill people.
space could kill people, but so could driving in LA.
Especially while doing a podcast. It's not safe at all.
I don't know. Space is cool. It's just like the vast like expanse of like nothingness. It's really interesting to me.
That's not interesting. That's stressful.
Well,
That's high-key stressful. I used to have nightmares. I made a video about it recently. Also, if I'm talking weird, it's because I woke up and I still have like I guess it's a retainer, my mouth guard, whatever. The bite squad. I still have my bite squad retainers in. But no, the movie Dinosaur, did you ever see that?
no.
It's the one. One with dinosaurs.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's the one with
Word?
Dinosaurs. Cop passing a cop, hiding
Yeah.
the microphones. The movie Dinosaur. It's the one with dinosaurs. It's a Disney movie that came out.
Oh, he turned into our lane.
I don't care if he turned in our lane. He's not behind us. Unless he wants Chick-fil-A, that's fine. He can have
He's
Chick-fil-A.
behind us. Just
He's a
one
car behind us. He turned on his lights if he wants this action. My windows are tinted, very dark, so he can't see us.
Oh, perfect.
I know
We're
it's
good.
so much worse
We're
because
good.
this tint has to be illegal. Guys, I paid so much for this tint on accident.
Oh, now he's behind us.
Where he going though? Ugh.
Anyway.
Anyways, don't say anyways. Right after you say he's behind us, he sees us. Then now I'm stressed. Guys, there's a cop right behind us, and there's two things wrong right now. The first thing wrong is that I recently tinted my windows. I just had a hard time saying no. And plus the guy was he was like foreign. And so he was just like, he's like, hey, you have to spend this much. And I'm like, no, that doesn't seem right for tint. He's like, it's the price, pay it or no. And I'm like, well, I don't know of any other tint places around me. Mind you, I live in mid-city Los Angeles. Giving out way too much information. I'm doxing myself.
I was about to say, I don't know about all that.
I could have definitely found another tint person or been like, I think I'm not going to do this, but I just did it anyways and paid way too much for tint. So my tint is really, really dark. Like if you guys can't see us on the camera right now, I don't know if you can. The recording may have stopped, but if you guys can't see us, it's because the tint is illegally dark, and the cop behind us is probably aware.
This is going to be the podcast that gets us in jail.
And you got to have one of those at least. Every great podcast is one podcast that can land you in jail. But also, like I was saying.
So the movie Dinosaur.
You like space. I don't really get that because when I saw the movie Dinosaur, there's a scene where a meteorite drops to the earth and everybody is looking, all the dinosaurs and the monkeys are looking at it like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. Mm-hmm. What is it? And they're like in awe. It's like the most beautiful thing. It's just glowing and like slowly descending to earth. And then it like touches down in the ocean and they all watch it like make a splash and like, they're like, what is going on here? That's gorgeous. What is that? Mm-hmm. And then they get hit with the shockwave.
Ooh.
And everything starts falling apart. And the babies lose their parents, and like stuff is exploded all over the place. Yes. The babies lose
their babies.
The parents lose their babies. The babies lose their kids. It is disastrous, and it caused me so much stress and anxiety. And it breaks apart. And it's like an atomic bomb goes off basically.
Yeah. We've had multiple of those since then.
No, but this one is like. It just, and then my cousin leaned over to me while we were watching. He's like, you know, that could happen today, right? He's like, that could happen at any random point in time. Also,
He's
guys,
coming to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, we're in Chick-fil-A right now. We're in the drive-thru Chick-fil-A. It's early. The reason, I didn't even explain the context for what we're doing. So we just decided that, hey, we live in LA. I complain about the LA traffic all the time. Who's honking their horn?
LA, baby.
Yeah. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's leverage the traffic to our advantage. So this podcast is coming not while we're driving, not just while we're driving, but we are doing this whole podcast in the thickest LA traffic we can find. And I'm going to try to keep my cool. And Sam has picked the worst route possible.
Yeah.
And what good podcast exists? I don't know if you guys can hear the horn. Someone's just holding their horn down.
You're going crazy with that horn.
But we're in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru, so Sam is gonna Sam, what do you want? I'm gonna order. You act normal.
Ooh, I want the chicken minis meal.
Yummo. Should I get like a 10 count that we can just split it, or will I be mad that I don't have more?
How hungry are you?
I don't know. I went rock climbing yesterday.
You might want to get more food.
Okay, I'll get you 4 count.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us on this experimental podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know what route Sam has planned. Hold on, I gotta order and look normal. No, you hold the mic, Sam. Don't be.
Well, I don't want to look normal.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Well, can I get a name today?
Lonnie.
Yes, sir, Mr. Lonnie, how may I serve you?
Can I get one of those 10-piece minis?
Excellent. So this is a meal or just a minis?
I'm gonna do a coffee and the 10-piece minis.
They're going crazy on that horn. That is absolutely wild. I feel so weird just holding this mic up while this person is just like staring at me. Oh my gosh. Who's honking?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a 4 count meal.
Who is honking?
Meal?
Yes.
Hash brown on the side, and for the beverage.
Coke. A Coke. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
And anything else that?
What's wrong with a Coke? I like to start my day off
No,
with
that's
a
it.
kick.
I think.
Some good high fructose corn syrup, some sugar,
Yeah.
some nice chicken, fried chicken, honey, butter.
Yeah.
We're off to a great start today, folks. Potatoes that are also fried. I'm so tired. We got like 4 hours of sleep.
Yo, what kind of whack ASMR are you putting these people through right now?
It's honking ASMR. Should I just roll down my window and hang the mic outside?
Ew. Yeah, it's like, we're out in the streets of LA, legit, you know.
You get to hear the crazies outside on the street. Along with the honking.
Oh. Yes. Yes. Those crazies. I had a homeless man throw a rock at my car one time, and I was very upset. I was mad.
Oh.
I was so mad because I was like, what's wrong
with you? What's wrong with you?
Exactly. I'm like, what's wrong with you? And then I'm like,
now you are the crazy.
probably a plethora of things that have landed you in this position.
Oh, how insensitive.
Right? I was like yelling at a baby, like that pulls something off a countertop, and it's like, are you dumb? And it's like, yes.
Have
probably.
you seen those two guys? They're carrying a 80-inch flat screen TV up the stairs, and one of their kids comes up and punches them in the balls, and he drops his end of the TV, and it falls off of like the balcony of like a 2-story like apartment or whatever, and just shatters on impact.
Are you gonna have kids?
Yeah, I think so.
What would you name them?
Jimothy.
That's your stupid. Immediately pick a better name.
I don't know. Part of me is like, the name Samuel is really good, so I'm like, maybe I might go for a junior.
Sammy Jr.
Or I don't know.
Or what?
Well, because I was also like, the Ethiopian thing to do is like, their last name is my first name, so it'd be like Jimothy Samuel. So now I need to think of a better name, because I can't just make them Samuel.
I always thought December was a good name.
Why would...
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. And every girl I've ever dated, and I've told her, I'm like, so that's what I would name our kids. Mm-hmm. And she, every single one is like, you're not allowed to name the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, that's not me. That's mean. I said, how about Christmas? And they've all been like, are you stupid?
Are you a like, Hallmark Channel kid?
I'm like, well, maybe I am. And maybe we need a little Christmas. We need a little Christmas.
It's like, like men get the stereotype of coming up with bad names. I feel like men don't normally come up with bad names. Well, actually, no. Some men do. Some guy tried to name his child Optimus Prime, and I was like...
Little Optimus. Little Oppie.
Yeah, Little Oppie. Hey, come here, Little Oppie.
Yeah, or Timus. Little Timus.
I feel like his nickname would be Timmy.
Timus.
And then whenever people are calling like roll call in class, they're like, Timmy, I don't see you on the schedule.
Timus?
What
oh my god!
Your, like on the
roster? God! Oh my god! Are you Optimus?
Optimus? Is there an Optimus Prime here?
It is I.
Yeah, he just has that super deep voice.
It is I. 5th grade, Optimus Prime. All right, Sam's gonna keep ASMRing you guys while I get the meal.
Christmas. Okay, we need a little Christmas. We need a little Christmas. We need a little Christmas. I'm trying desperately hard not to make eye contact.
Save the trees.
Lonnie is flirting with the
That's
attendees.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, this supposed to be an iced coffee.
Vanilla, original, or mocha cocoa?
Vanilla.
Ooh, and Lonnie has pulled his first Karen move of the day.
Thank you.
And we're seeing it live, folks.
You better back off my back.
Oh, I'm on that back. Call me Optimus. Because I got your back.
Cause I put the team on my back. Optimus Prime. We should talk about our support for Chick-fil-A.
Now, why would we do something like that? Didn't you try to do this last week?
No. Did I?
I think so.
That's how I feel about Chick-fil-A.
Maybe Boston, I don't know. But, yeah, it was last week. Chick-fil-A is some great-ass chicken, I'm not going to lie.
So good.
The breakfast is
Yeah, we did
also
talk about
amazing.
Bigot Chicken. So good.
Yeah, Bigot Chicken,
Yeah,
baby.
Bigot Chicken slaps,
Big
brother.
Bigot Chicken.
Thank you.
Ooh, they had that out. They had that out lickety split.
Well, it's Chick-fil-A. Let them run the government. Let them run the... Get sauces?
Nah, I'm good.
Nah.
Why did I pull the mic up? And
Yeah,
then-
they say no.
Oh
Thank you so much. You too. Take care.
now I can't come back here.
Why not? Because you raised the mic up when you said no.
Yeah, I raised the mic up when she asked the question to answer her question and looked her in the eyes. It was like a reaction impulse.
Where are we going now? Where's...
Okay.
Better not shut off my navigation, guys. Thank you guys for being here through this episode. I just wanted... We're about to get into the LA traffic now. The stop at Chick-fil-A should have come in the middle, but even going through that drive-thru was a little bit of a hell.
Oh, look at that red.
Oh, where are we going? Oh my God, you just take us into downtown.
Of course.
To where?
Skid Row, baby.
What? Oh my God.
Going on an adventure.
I'm gonna have somebody from there on the podcast and like, hey, where should we?
Oh, we should just pick up a random person and bring them in the car, drive them around a little bit, like a little Uber.
Little Uber. I love that. Just like the Discovery. I think there's a Discovery Channel show that the Crazy Taxi, Special Taxi. I'm thinking of
Fake Taxi.
Yeah, I don't think that's very different.
Oh,
I think that's very different.
never mind.
Yeah, that's gonna be super different. Space is scary, but you know what I love? I love the oceans.
Why do you love the oceans?
Cause it's just like peaceful.
Looks like a whole lot of drownable area.
Hey, let me go. Let me through.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Can I go? Oh, almost got hit. Almost got sideswiped. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going now.
Ooh. Alt text, Lonnie is driving like a maniac already.
I don't know if I say a maniac or someone who gets where he needs to go. I'm a pretty good driver too. The reason I love the ocean is because like the ocean feels like a safe place. Some people disagree. My friend Doc is terrified of the ocean.
That checks out.
He's terrified of like whales. Oh, we're gonna get hit.
Oh.
He's terrified of like whales and the ocean. I need to get so far over. And
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Oh, that's what I love about LA traffic. Sometimes
And
Google
I see
Maps
it.
will just say
I see
like,
it right there.
yeah.
I see
Sometimes it'll say you need to cross 4 lanes of traffic in about 30 feet,
Not possible.
and you make it work.
Maybe I could. No. Should I turn on the? I'm gonna turn on the blinker. I'm turning on the blinker for you
Lonnie,
guys.
we have about 10 feet to make this
I
turn.
know. I'm turning on the blinker for you
And there's a
guys.
line.
I want you
each
guys to
lane.
know how much I care. People can go around me right now. I have to go through 3 lines of traffic, and there's a line. I'm sorry you guys have to listen to this, or maybe it's fantastic.
You're just hearing the clicking in the background.
I mean, I have to go through. If I can get through these 3 lanes, we're chilling. Truck, go, truck, go. Thank you.
Bro, homie on his phone.
I'm about to. Can I? Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
buddy. That's how we drive. That's how we do it.
You
That's how we
crazy.
do it, boy.
Alt
Made it.
text. Lonnie just crossed
Tell him.
like 3 lanes of traffic in about 15 feet.
Yeah, buddy. Roll
Cut
like
off
a
so many
big
people.
shot. No, they let me. See, that's the thing about LA traffic. People think it's so bad, but the truth of the
They
matter
let
is,
you because you almost hit their car.
the truth of the matter is that, like, yeah, it's not great. The traffic isn't fantastic. It's not fun. But, like, people are all in this struggle together. They're kind of out here, like, You know, like they're like, yeah, we get it. It's LA traffic. And they get out of their cars and they start doing the dun 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 ba dum ba dum bum bum.
Oh my gosh.
Start doing
a little song and dance.
Another day of sun. That's from La La Land. Watch it if you haven't. Anyways, close that out. I love the ocean because it's kind of like I don't know. It feels safe. I would take a nap in the ocean, like deep sea. Like I would sleep deep underneath the surface. Oh my gosh! If I could hold my breath that long, it just feels so right.
Okay, I will say that, like being underwater, does feel right.
Yeah,
it feels like
it's gonna be our primordial, like prometheal, sludge brain talking.
I mean, like when you're in the womb, there's like the womb fluid,
juice.
Womb juice. So you're kind of floating in the womb juice. So it makes sense that it feels natural for us to feel safe and at home when we're floating in juice.
Womb juice. And then plus, I'm like, the deeper you go, the more pressure, so it probably feels like being in your mommy's tummy.
It's like a big old hug.
Mm-hmm. A big old full body hug. Every square inch of your exposed skin is getting hugged upon. A weighted blanket. And like people, and I also like the aesthetic of like, whenever you look off into the, like in the deep, it's just like murk.
Oh, so you like the murk? I thought you were
murk.
gonna say you like the like Ariel-esque like clear water.
No, that's cool whenever you can see like a distance. Like I like you can see like 100 yards out because the water's that clear. But then I love the concept of just an effing whale popping up from the murk. And it's not like there's no concept of how far away that whale is, or the whale just swims by in the distance and it's like, there's a whale. There was a whale. That little pin dot over there was a whale. And there's so much space in the ocean. I don't know. I would like how something as big as a whale could be like, can't even go down there. It's too far. I can't touch the bottom. Like we don't know what's down. The whale's like, we don't know what's down there. I like it. I think if that's how you feel about space, I can kind of get that. Space just feels like immediate death, though.
No, I guess I also do have a weird fascination for dangerous things. Like I really want to go lava surfing or volcano surfing.
Shut up.
So I could see it.
That's not a thing people do, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's not a thing.
It 100% is.
Have you seen someone do this, or is this just an idea you have?
No, I've seen people do it. It was actually the screensaver on my laptop for a little bit.
Someone lava surfing?
Yeah.
How do you safely lava surf?
You get basically a snowboard.
No.
You get an aluminum bodysuit, and then you just hike on up to the top. You take your sweet time going down. It's just like snowboarding, honestly, except instead of snow, it's rocks.
That's not a thing. It's not just rocks.
There's also lava.
Shut up.
It's like an
That's
ice
not
patch.
a thing. That's not a thing. You're just making things up. Sam is a really good liar. I mentioned this like every 4 episodes. And I think it's important to remember because he just gaslights without like hesitation. I think
it's too natural.
I recently learned that if I just dissociate, I can lie really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I dissociate, like this isn't me. I'm not that person.
That's the key.
I'm Claudius Clive. I'm Claudius Clive, shoplifter.
Home?
Yeah. Also, have you ever stolen? We've been over this. Have you ever stolen before from like Walmart or Target?
Not intentionally.
Really?
Yeah.
You've never stolen intentionally?
No. It feels so icky.
Oh wow.
It feels so like dirty.
Guys, we got the Royal Guard is here. Oh, high horse. Can you see us down here from your high horse, your highness? Your
I can't see
majesty?
anything from up here on my throne of holiness.
Look down upon us, my liege.
Oh, low down dirty sinners.
I am but a serf who's lifted a pin from a Christian bookstore before. Have mercy upon my soul. Simply, I was in need. I was in need. Need, sire. I had it. We're also now on the, I don't know what freeway this is. Which one is this? This is I-10 East. We're now on I-10 East, which stretches the entire span of America from Santa Monica Boulevard all the way over to Jacksonville, Florida, where I'm from. And we are on the eastern side of that right now.
We are on the western side of it.
I can't do math. And we've been over this several times. Like, ask me a simple math question.
What's 7 times 7?
7, 21. 49.
Oh.
I remember the timetables.
Okay. What's 4 plus 7?
11. Give me more. I'm doing good. I mean, maybe I am good at math.
They gave me sweet tea.
Is it actually good sweet tea? California can't make good sweet tea.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of sweet tea to begin with. I really should have checked before we left.
How did she mess up sweet tea? Jacqueline, see, I was up in Jacqueline's head. That's what happened. I distracted her.
She messed up our whole order.
No, don't say that. Ew, she put a hair in there too?
Crazy.
That was wild. All right, Chick-fil-A, maybe this reason alone, they'll be like, you know what, maybe Chick-fil-A shouldn't run our government.
That's a good idea. They can make some chicken, but I don't know what they know about government. I'm highly disappointed about that.
Sam, if we get to Skid Row and there's a McDonald's out there, we'll stop at that one. I'll get you a Coke.
Thanks.
I'll get you a Coke at Skid Row.
Thanks.
I got you.
I need it.
Boy, Lord knows I need it.
I am itching for it.
That's crazy. That's called an addiction, brother.
No. It's healthy.
What was I saying? Driving? I just completely threw it.
Yeah, we're going on the 10.
Oh yeah. Anyways, that's where I'm from. Speaking of places where we're from, a little bit more about Sam. I get to meet your mom.
It's true.
What'd you think? Your mom. So Sam is from Ethiopia. For the longest time, I thought he was just like Egyptian or maybe Hispanic. Which I guess neither of those are that bad. Wrong, not bad, but wrong or far off. I guess.
I mean,
Egyptian is closer. Hispanic, very far off.
Yeah.
Is it wrong to guess where people are from based on what they look like? I think it's a little wrong.
No.
I think it's a little pretentious, maybe.
Okay, guessing or like saying it out loud? Because regardless of whether it's right or wrong, I'm a guess in my head all the time.
Let's put a guess. You don't say it out loud. You gotta let people know
it's like
your
a mental
guess.
game.
You gotta let people know your guess. Like,
some people take offense to it, but I feel like I don't know.
when people assume I'm Cambodian instead of Vietnamese, that does offend me. Just because I'm clearly Vietnamese.
Clearly, I mean,
and Nigerian, but
Nigerian.
I don't know. I haven't done the 23andMe. I should do that.
Wait, how did you not remember from the first time?
I never did it. Oops.
So the whole Vietnamese thing was a lie. He's been running with it for a while.
Well, I seen a picture of my grandma or my great grandmother, and she looks part Vietnamese. So
that's just because it was a black and white photo and she was light skinned.
Bro, it wasn't even black and white. It was like orange and more orange, or yeah, it was even not even that. That's a Porsche. I just went to the Porsche Ridden Sport reunion this past weekend, and I learned so much about Porsches. Like, this is a Porsche. Almost got us in an accident. Crazy, insane.
Yeah.
Whew.
Skid Row, baby.
Oh yeah, we're 11 minutes away from Skid Row, so stay close.
It's a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah. Traffic ain't that bad, I guess. I mean, traffic, it moves. It's moving. It's not the fastest. I should honestly turn on all the assisted driving methodologies.
I think it's the 5 o'clock traffic that's the worst. Well, okay, actually, no, because we're going into downtown.
Oh, they're going out of downtown.
But yeah, the traffic was worse on that side, though, earlier. None of this makes sense, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think what happens is whenever we see traffic really bad, it's because there's an accident. Because when there's an accident, stuff is just just crawling.
That's fair.
It doesn't matter to you guys, though. I mean, it does. The point is, I don't know, live your life. Because I'm a big butt chaser, so live your life. Your life. Oh my gosh, we forgot our ad break. A quick ad break. Go. Oh.
You always pawn this ad break on someone else.
All right, well, give me something to make an ad about.
Skyscrapers.
Introducing Skyscrapers. Are you tired of your job? Do you really wish you could get away? Do you want an escape from the hustle and bustle of this dreary everyday existence? May we recommend viewing the city from a different vantage point? Skyscrapers. You can go on top of them and look out at everything that lies below you. You can see the value that life truly provides and brings from the soaring heights of the highest building in your city. Skyscrapers. You thought I was going somewhere else with that, didn't you?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
It's called a defeat of expectation. It's a comedy trope.
Kept me on my toes.
Yeah,
on the edge of my
don't
seat.
unalive yourself. Instead, go look at life from a different perspective, whether from a mountain or Maybe not a skyscraper. Maybe not a skyscraper. Maybe not a skyscraper. But go on a mountain. I feel so much better when I go up on a hill. When boy sit on Big Rock, I feel so much better.
When I sit on Big Rock.
Yeah, boy climb up Big Rock, boy feel good. boy feel better. Boy feel much better. Yeah, ooga booga, ooga booga. Boy feel better up on Big Rock. Stick and hoop. Stick and hoop, Big Rock. So much better. What was I saying? I met your mom.
Yeah.
Met Sam's parents. That was interesting. You ever have like your friend and it's like, I wonder where you come from. Like, whose ilk are you? And meeting Sam's mom was like an interesting thing. So the way it went was, first of all, I'm like, oh, Sam's gonna because we're gonna go up to Boston. Sam's gonna be here. I'm gonna meet his mom because she's dropping him off, just like we're back in middle school.
Yeah,
at
literally.
my house. I'm like, did your mom want you to meet my mom?
Yeah.
My mom is anxiety if your mom wants to meet my mom. Okay.
That's like almost exactly what he texted me too. He was like, hey, come to my house so that your mom can meet my mom. And I was like, are we 6? Are we 12? What?
I just want my friends' parents to be friends with my parents. That way we can hang out more. As if it's dependent on them being friends. Like I can't just leave the house. Like, well, if your mom is friends with my mom, maybe we can go do our holidays together. Or we can go, or we can get go to Golden Corral together. We can have our birthdays together.
We can get snow cones.
We can get snow cones.
And go to the fair.
Go to the fair together. As your families.
It's like the sweating, like the.
It's like, hey, chill, Timmy, why are you? Breathe, brother. Breathe. I'm excited too. Breathe. Just breathe. Like, calm down. You don't need to.
Chill
you
out.
hurt yourself. You hurt yourself.
We're not even there yet.
Yeah, calm down. But I met his mom, and this is where I was like, like if everything's gonna go fine, it's fine. I immediately had such. I'm like, I used to be such a doll. Like when I was in high school, like my friends' parents loved me. They loved me. I have been called by my friends' parents on multiple occasions, them asking for advice on how to like deal with their kids who are my friend. Like I had this one time my friend's mom called me. She's like, hey, I'm just worried about my boy. You're such a good influence in his life. And ever since his dad left him, I'm just like at this point I'm in maybe 10th grade.
Oh.
I'm in 10th grade.
Oh.
I was so confused.
Yeah.
I was so scared.
That's a lot to say to a 10th grader.
So much. And she's like, just keep being a good friend. You're such a good friend.
Beep, beep.
Don't, hey, put your hands down. I ain't about to hit nothing. It's Sam. I ain't about to hit nothing. I'm good.
The car started beeping at us, and then I started looking at the road.
I'm good. I'm putting back on autopilot because I need it. So she calls me, and it does that. And then another time, I have another one of my friends. His dad calls me, and it's just a thing that like has happened through my life. So I'm just like, I have a great track record with my friends' parents. I don't know if any of you guys have this experience, but so I hold myself to a certain standard.
Oh.
You think that's an accident up there? There's a lot of smoke up here. I don't know if something's on fire. That's like
Something's
on
definitely
fire.
on fire. It looks like someone's car.
Guys, this is LA. We're here live on the scene. There's a plume of smoke.
Oh, that is broiling smoke.
Yeah,
coming from the hood of someone's car. Traffic, baby.
We're passing downtown right now, and there is accident on the freeway. Accident on I-10 East. It looks like a car has caught fire. More tonight at 6. But I'm gonna tell this story.
Please.
I meet his mom, right? So in my head, I've made up. I said I'm gonna give her a warm welcome. Mm-hmm. Who can hate somebody who gives you a warm welcome? If you treat someone like you've known them your whole life, they're gonna love you. You know, mm-hmm. they're gonna be like, well, obviously we're friends. And so she gets out of the car. I see her. I'm like, spitting image of Sam. If Sam was a woman, which actually only half. It looks like a half. She only looks half like you. So it leads me to wonder like what your dad looks like. Homeboy is walking up to this car. We are in the smoke of the fire. Oh, it's on fire.
It's on
fire.
fire.
The car is high key on fire. That car is high key on fire, and the man was running.
Oh, quick, breathe in the fumes.
Oh no! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh wait, actually,
don't breathe that.
It did kind of smell good.
Stop.
It reminds me of my childhood.
What is your childhood to do with burning? That car is on fire, brother, and the man was like creeping up. We have seen. Wow, what an adventure so far already. He was like creeping up to the back trunk to grab stuff out of the trunk before it, like, I guess, blew up. But the hood of the car was on fire. We breathed those fumes in here. Wow. I walk up to Sam's mom, and this is where I'm like, she's gonna love me, and this is how it's gonna happen. I go to give her a hug, and she puts her hand out for a handshake, and at this point, I've already committed to giving her a hug. I'm like, I wanted to say like, no, I'm a hugger. That didn't come out, so I just shake her hand and like pull her in like a homie hug.
Oh.
And just kind of like, she doesn't hug me back.
No.
She did not, at no point hugs me back. She just kind of keeps this smile on her face like, oh no. Like, oh no. And I just kind of like pull her into a hug, and then I just like let go, and I'm like, hi. What is this? Is this a stop sign? I was like, hi. Sam, what did it look like to you?
I wasn't looking because I didn't want to see the
what?
Ooh, little tunnel.
Already? What are we dealing with here?
You know, I really didn't think about the consequences of my actions when I typed that in.
You typed in Skid Row? Oh wow. It's morning, early morning, so I'm sure we're fine.
They haven't woken up yet. The crawlers.
The crawlers. The people.
I don't know. It didn't look. I don't know. I didn't see most of it. I just kind of like heard the story afterwards.
Yep.
And then I was like, the only part I saw was the hug.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's odd because my mom doesn't normally hug people that she doesn't know.
I noticed that. I felt that. But I think it's fun to meet your friends' parents because it's like, so this is where you hail from. This is the cut of your jib, huh?
Yeah.
This is the cut of your jib. Also, go ahead.
My mom was very confused.
I was embarrassed.
I think also like she wasn't anticipating like, oh, let's go and have a parent meetup like we're 6. She was just like, I need to drop this boy off and go to my meeting real quick. And I was like, okay, cool, thank you.
I guess so. I like to make sure parents know that I'm cool. I'm the cool friend. I'm the friend you want your kids to marry.
Huh?
Like, no, I'm the kid you want your parents to marry. Wait.
Huh?
Double huh? Double huh? All right, cool. So also we're down here in Skid Row now.
We're at the Fashion District. We're not at Skid Row.
Oops. I'm like, look at what these people are wearing.
This is fashion, boy.
They obviously have no place to go home to. It's like, no, that's just fashion. That's called high fashion. Is this really the Fashion District?
Fashion District.
It does say that on the sign. It says Fashion District.
You're all up in the Fashion District. Actually,
too, a cool thing. I went out to. I've realized last podcast helped me a lot, and also the episode with Baron people really liked. If you haven't heard that one, I definitely recommend going and checking it out. But talking to him like last week about community and stuff like that, and how you just got to get out of the house. I left the house yesterday and I joined a very expensive rock climbing gym.
Oh no!
I did. And it's cool because this looks like such a bad place to live.
Honestly, guys, we are in downtown.
No, this is not downtown. This is a place where maybe we shouldn't stop at red lights, and I'm gonna do it. It's probably fine. People chilling.
This is a nice place, though.
I don't know if
nice,
you can
nice
say.
Area.
I don't know if I'd say all that, but it is.
This is a area.
Yeah, this is. I mean, it's important to get out and explore your cities. And the toughest part I've realized is getting out of the house, because sometimes when I don't want to leave the house, I don't know where to go. So it's like I don't want to be inside, but I don't know where to go necessarily. I don't want to just like drive aimlessly in my car, because in other cities you can just kind of walk, but in LA you can't just like walk around. Is that a cherry blossom tree? There's a large alt text. You guys can't see it on screen even, but there's a large tree over there with like pink flowers. But it's not spring, it's fall, so I don't know what kind of tree that is. I really recommend you guys go back and listen to the last episode if you haven't. It was really good for me personally to kind of like realize like, yo, you just have to. The toughest barrier is getting out of the house.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the city, and there's a lot of stuff going on anywhere you live. I think
Oh yeah.
Anywhere you go, there's stuff going on, and sometimes it's just about getting out of the house, and getting out of the house can be the toughest part. So for me at least, knowing where to go is hard, and then constantly having to go out and try and meet people and try to like figure stuff out or talk to folks.
Yeah.
People walking in the street like it's a party. It's a
party.
party.
That's kind of crazy.
I mean, oh, this is it, huh?
What?
This is it.
7th Street?
Mm-hmm.
San Pedro?
Yeah. We on it.
You know, what do they got going on over there? Oh.
Yeah. This is tough. The very tough thing about cities. And the reason I brought up like getting out of the house is because like volunteering too. Like that is one of the best things to do. Like, and I mean it's tough in LA because there's not necessarily. Oh wow, we don't stop at lights here. All right, I'm down. I'm game.
Do you know where we're at?
No, but the car in front of me did not stop, and so I said, if that's the rules.
Maybe they don't know where we're at either.
When in Rome, we follow the Rome. Got us turning down random side streets.
Yeah, for real. When in Rome, the cars are on fire.
Yeah.
Is that a rock climbing? Yeah, that's a rock climbing panel.
We could get that. We should get that.
Yeah, you could do a home rock climbing gym.
In our backyard, of course.
Yeah.
We should be describing. So the I feel like this deserves color commentary instead of just like.
Oh yeah, a whole lot of barbed wire, real industrial feel.
Lots of barbed wire. It feels like the outskirts of New York, but still somehow.
Yeah. And a lot of tents too.
Yeah, lots of
even
tents.
even tents for the dogs, which I thought was cute.
Yeah, there's a
How
hotel.
elitist does this podcast sound of us?
It's got to be not great. Which, honestly, actually, it's a tough balance. I'll admit this. It's a tough balance because I'm like, I think exposure is mad important. Like I think you should always go and see like. You should go and see like things and places of people who have so much more than you, and then I think it's also important to be aware of like people in places that have less than you, and you never want to, while still never dehumanizing anyone.
Yeah, of course.
Using my brain power to turn and not run into anything. But I think it's very important in life, no matter where you are, to expose yourself to different cultures, places, and people. Those people who have more than you, those people who have less. It's very, very important to like see them. And ideally, in places with people who have less, you are contributing in some way to help, rectify issues or problems. But it is definitely an interesting thing to see. Like, I mean, there's just tents all over the road here. That is a dog who I guess lives somewhere around here. But it's interesting because like there are tents and stuff, but then you also have like stores and like stands that are out. Like people are still selling stuff and shops are still like operating, and there's hotels and stuff like that. I mean, maybe not hotels, but there are like markets and places to live. I mean, and I think some people are aware of it, some people aren't. But like people are living here. People still live here. Oh, yeah. Like some people live on the streets here, and then some people live in the buildings here. And some people have dance battles on the sidewalk here. Hey, yo. And the thing about homelessness that I don't know if everybody realizes is that a lot of times, I mean, maybe people get this now, but I think a lot of times it's like mental health stuff. So it's not like people are lazy, Yeah. It's like societally folks don't have the infrastructure in society to help people with their mental health issues. And I hear schizophrenia is one of the worst things too. Yeah. And I hear that it's also like compounded. Like there are like people who are, genetically predisposed to it. Yeah. And that kind of leads them down the path. And then, some rough patches, maybe they got unlucky or something like that. But I've heard that, and this is all just hearsay. This is just something that I've heard, but that when you are on the streets, it makes it so much worse and it brings it out of you. So it's like you could have had like no symptoms or like very few symptoms, but then, once you're on the streets for a while, then it really just kind of drives it home, and like then you become like very symptomatic. Well, I mean, like the thing is like the getting down to the reality of like, where am I going to sleep? Yeah. Can I get a full night's sleep? Can I get a meal? When was the last time you were fully rested? Like these people are going through the hell of it all, Yeah. This is where the last bookstore on earth is? Yeah, last bookstore. We're less than 3 minutes. Less than 3 minutes from Skid Row, I would say. Do you know where it is? It's in this corner. Like, this is the last bookstore on earth. And I'm saying this because the last bookstore on earth is like a very iconic bookstore that a lot of people talk about. And then realize it's this close, like 3 streets over from like Skid Row is kind of crazy. Because also this area we're in now, after driving for 2 minutes and the time I was talking about all that stuff, there's like everybody else and like the Skid Row-iness. There are no tents. People are walking what looks like to
Yeah.
work, but it's
very
like
different.
1 street over, 2 streets over. It's like, no, this is just downtown LA now, which is very
That is
interesting.
strange. Wait, were we on Skid Row earlier?
Yeah, that was it. That
Oh.
street, the long street with all the tents, that was it.
Oh, so it's not called, like, the street name itself isn't.
Maybe there is a street called Skid Row, but
Okay, that's what
I
I
think
was
it's just
looking
an area.
for. Okay,
called
never
Skid Row.
mind. No.
But yeah,
Is
these
this
are
just
kids
a
walking to
school
school.
of kids?
Yeah, those are kids walking
What?
to school.
They got a field trip through downtown LA.
Or maybe they live in downtown LA. It's super interesting.
Honestly, downtown's pretty. I don't come here very often.
No,
and I forget every time.
it is not bad. I mean, there's like some trains around here too that are kind of cool. They have like a thing that goes up the side of a hill.
Oh yeah.
But I think the point of it, remember anything for this week is, for one, if you're looking for community, keep getting out of your house for sure. You got to do it. You got to get out of the house, and that can be one of the toughest parts. But it yields the biggest results. Get out of your house, you know. But also, that 18-wheeler is going to go for it. Very exciting.
He said, "I don't see color."
Yep. Especially the red variety. Get out of your house. And then when it comes to life and living, and one of the biggest things, like for me, is like whenever I go drive through, sometimes I drive through neighborhoods that are like gated and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I'm black. No, but I drive through the neighborhoods and I'm like just looking at the houses and stuff like that. I'm just like, cool. People live like this. And
Yeah.
I also don't think that it's the most important thing in the world to like have money. And I say that with the caveat of once you have a certain amount for you to live and take care of food and bills, after that, it kind of becomes excessive. Not excessive. I'll say after that, it's like, is it the law of diminishing returns?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And how would you explain the law of diminishing returns?
Basically, it's like if I put in X and get out Y out of this like relationship or transaction or deal or whatever, then after a certain point of like the scale of it like going up and up and up, it's like, for example, say if like I pay you $10
Yeah.
and you give me an hour's worth of work.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I feel like this is not law of
I think it's
diminishing.
kind of like after a certain point, what you get back from it starts to decline. It's not at the same
Yeah,
relationship. The relationship
yeah.
of what it can do for you starts to decline. And once you have your bills paid and like you have like enough saved up, like say 6 months to a year saved up of like what you need to live, after a certain point, getting more stops doing things for you in a sense of it's not really providing more security. It's not making you happier. It's not removing any of the stress or anxiety. It becomes this thing of like, okay, cool, I have it, now what, you know?
Yeah.
And also I want everyone in the community to have enough. That's my heart
course.
baseline is like, I want people to have that 6 months. And it can be very challenging to get there, especially whenever you're like, especially in today's economy.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do. But all that to say is that like one of the best things you can do is like expose yourself to the different ways that people live, whether it puts a fire under your belly, whether you get spiteful, or whether it just kind of sobers you up to like they living like this and they still want to kill themselves. That's crazy. And realize that maybe it's not everything you need, or maybe there is some things in it you need. I don't know. I think this message is said so many times. It's kind of like cliche.
All the glitters are not gold.
You know, but I think it is cool still to go out, see those places that are like where there's the gated neighborhoods and people are living like crazy.
Yeah.
And see yourself in it too, because I'm like, if you can imagine yourself living in that kind of environment or making that kind of income, like you have to imagine it before you can achieve it in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because sometimes we're stuck in like a systemically like poverty driven mindset in a sense of like your brain is what's keeping you from like succeeding. Like the way you imagine yourself living your life is what holds you back from opportunity, because maybe you could be great, maybe you could make huge contributions to the world that you want to, or maybe you could just have the things you desire, whether that's like I just want to have, you know, a family, or I just want to have some love, but you don't see it. And when you don't see it, it's very hard to like imagine it for yourself. So that's why I say like exposure is important, and vice versa, seeing people who live opposite or adjacent and like, oh, this is what happens whenever like things don't go your way or whenever you're just unlucky. And I think it pushes you to be like humble. It should push you to be humble, and be like, this could have been me, you know? So maybe I should be a little bit more grateful for what I have and not like shy away from the fact that I have it, but to be grateful that I do, you know?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So that's why places like Skid Row, it's like, dang, grow up in the wrong family and have people telling you a certain thing all your life, that could be you. Grow up with a slightly different genetic makeup, that could be you. And it's like, instead of being like, oh, whatever, volunteer for one, help out where you can, but then two, like, recognize what you do have and take a little bit of time to be like happy that you have it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think a little bit of exposure therapy kind of solves a lot of problems, honestly. Like sometimes, if I'm feeling down or if I'm feeling, not content with what I have or, something, it's just like, just seeing that different perspective, like that different, lifestyle or a different, like a different setup or something like that. Like, for example, sometimes whenever I'm feeling like, I'm feeling good.
Real down, I go and watch, like, I watch WWE, and I realize that, like, luckily I'm not a rich person who has to pretend to fight all day in underwear.
Exactly. Who gets a chair thrown at them.
Exactly.
A metal folding chair.
Yeah.
But it's also like, driving through like Bel Air.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a little bit humbling, but it's also like nice to, go and see all that, right? To like see a different perspective of life. Like these people do not worry about next month's rent.
Yep.
These people don't worry about like simple things that I worry about.
Yeah. I think and that could be you,
Right.
Like, in that same token of like, oh, that could have been me. It's like, and this could be you, And it sometimes, go ahead, I cut you off.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, and then like on the other side of that, like, if you're ever feeling like, oh, life is nothing but downers, I always try to keep it in perspective of just like, oh, life, like there's always something that could be worse.
Yeah.
Like for me, that's what like helps me not be sad about things is like, say if I miss a big opportunity or like I don't get the dream job I wanted or like, my car breaks down or something like that. It's just like, there could always be something worse. And that is honestly really good for me. Like that's like the thing that works for me the best is like, just there's always something worse. So don't worry about this. Yeah. Like not don't worry about it, but like, don't stress about it.
Yeah.
But it is also like, humbling in the other way to like, drive through Skid Row and be like, wow, there's this many people and more. I mean, like, honestly, being on the west side, like Santa Monica, Venice especially, I feel like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of homeless people out in Venice and Santa Monica. And so just kind of like seeing them like on your daily commute or like, just walking outside, you want to get some food and, you pass by like 10 homeless people right outside your house.
Yeah.
It is definitely a very humbling experience to live out here in LA.
Yeah. And one thing when I think it comes to, this just kind of popped in my head, one thing when it comes to like humanizing other people, because I thought it was crazy when I first moved here. I heard this lady at a cafe saying, you just got to act like you don't see him. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, never let that be me. Please never let that be me. Because I'm like, I feel like, yeah, it gets to a point to where it's like, there are certain like safety things I've had to learn how to do. Like, I can't always look every homeless person in the eye and like say, hey, how are you? Or like smile and nod. Because the reality, sometimes it sets people off. Like sometimes that sets people, like you look at them and say something, you're all of a sudden in a fight. And it's like, whoa.
It was not the plan.
And so it's like for safety, I'm like, because back in Florida, I see someone who's homeless, I'm like, hi, hey, smile, or like, here's some money or something. Out here, it's kind of like, eyes down, like this is a risk. I do not have the emotional capacity to maybe get in a fight for trying to acknowledge you today, which kind of sucks. But to be in a spot where it's like, oh, just act like they don't exist, and I'm like, that's dehumanizing. Don't dehumanize people.
That just makes the whole problem worse.
Yeah, like that's like I'm like, I see you, I acknowledge you, I am aware, and with the time in my day that I have to figure out a way to be I guess more of a solution than a problem to the situation, I will use, But like another thing I think I try to do, I try to always like, because it's easy to say like homeless people or like those people, but I try to say people who are homeless, and that's something that kind of helps me kind of ground the humanity of a person whenever I say people who are this instead of like
this people
adjective people. If you say people adjective or people situation or people experience, whatever, it's very helpful. And like people, person, someone's mom, sister, or brother, mom, dad, sister, brother, that kind of a thing, which I recommend doing in terms of like, again, humanizing people.
Yeah.
Very, very important and helpful.
Yeah. Also, I'm like thinking about it because I'm like, you know, growing up in Florida, like growing up in the South, you
Yeah.
get that like Southern charm. Of like that attitude to like always try to be nice, because like even like in Florida, whenever you know you see someone homeless, it's very easy to just be like, oh hey, you
Yeah.
know, or like, hey, how's it going, like in passing.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to sit and have a conversation, but it's just like you treat them as they're just a normal person on the street doing some other business.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, oh hey, you know. But then it's like, then you have people that are like, don't look at them, or like, you know, don't treat them as, you know, equal or whatever. But it's just like, is that just a difference in how they were raised? Like, did they grow up in like a predominantly like not homeless area, but like a area where there are a lot of like people who are homeless?
Yeah,
so that
it's
they've
a lot
like
more defensive or protective kind of like mentality around it.
yeah, or like maybe in a place that doesn't have that type of hospitality, you know,
Yeah.
to where there's like
The north, like in some places in the north, I guess, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Up north, I could see that. I could see that happening for real, but
I
I'm
love how
like,
you coughed into the mic.
got that Chick-fil-A iced coffee. They're really trying to take it out of me. I can see that. I think, because I think people up north, they're not very much. You smile and try to talk to somebody, they're like, "What are you doing?"
Exactly, yeah. It's
You
like
know.
if they were born and raised in like New York or something like that.
Yeah, I'd assume there's less of just less in general, you know. But I think still, in terms of humanity, you know, you just address people as like people who are this, you know. But always remember that they are people, whoever you're talking to. That's something that happened with the it was the Pulse nightclub
Oh yeah.
attack that happened. Growing up going to a private Christian school, a lot of people, when it happened, were like, oh, did you see what happened to the gay people and stuff like that? And it just kept like, it kept drilling my head wrong whenever I'd hear people say that, and I'm like, we're really making people sound like other right now, and other usually leads to like less than.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was talking to some of my friends. I'm like, how about you can even say people who were gay, but don't say gay people. Like, just work on that, you know, Mrs. Smith, whatever the case is. But like, if you're gonna refer to it, it is people who are this. Because sometimes like, oh, gay people, or like it was like, or even it was like Muslim people, and it was easier to say like this adjective over the people, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things where like that's like the first time it started like grating on my ears whenever like we try to like other people, because it's easier to like to put like, I don't understand or I don't get it, so I'm gonna put you over there so I don't really have to understand the ramifications of like who you are, what that means about me if you exist this way and I'm here, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah. And even now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, at least it's better. Not at least it's better, but I'm like, is there anything worse than that? And it's like, you know, like some people refer to a group as like the blanks.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like for example, like the gays,
Yeah.
or like, you know, the Muslims or
Yep.
whatever. I'm like, that's such a wild thing to say. And I don't know if that's like a Gen Z like thing or
realization that you can do that.
yeah, I don't know. It's just like sometimes I like hear some people like, and it's always usually from like older folks.
I guess
It's just like sometimes I hear it. They're like, oh yeah, like so basically I was in this I was in a corner store, and I was surrounded by the gays.
You know.
I was in West Hollywood and I was just surrounded by the gays, and I'm like,
Gays are everywhere. It's like,
out loud.
yeah, I'm
You
like,
saying
I'm like,
that?
I'm like, Jesus, like, what do you like? I don't know. I guess I think it's like society has gotten better at realizing how dehumanizing it is. And maybe historically there have been wars, in which case in Vietnam, where it's like, no, they are the enemy, so we have to be like this. But I'm like, this ain't wartime, baby. Like, and even if it was, I'd hope there's still an element of like, there's still people on the other side
Yeah.
of this. And I mean, I've been watching Attack on Titan. I understand soldiers. You know, you're a soldier, you gotta be a soldier. You gotta do like,
Gotta be a soldier.
which is why military is such a hard thing to do. So I think in concept of the military, I'm like, there's issues, but in practice of people who are putting themselves in such an insane emotional stress and like situations on the regular have so much grace and patience for people who go through that to like make sure we can have the basic necessities and enjoyment of life, you know? Like that's because it's insane the stuff you have to go through in the military mentally, and then you finish serving and it's like, oh yeah, I'm trained to, no matter what, make sure that the mission gets done. And then I come back and I have emotions, and it's like, what's the mission with these, you know?
Exactly. They don't teach you how to deal with the emotional side of it.
I don't know if they can. Like, I mean, this is like you gotta get very professional help to like navigate through that kind of stuff, you know?
I guess, yeah, it is pretty interesting because like in the military, you know, that's what basic training's for, right? Yeah. Like they break you down to build you up.
Yeah.
They break you down like emotionally and mentally to then build you up to be this like quote unquote soldier.
Oh,
like
you're a weapon.
Yeah, exactly. They want to make you the soldier that they want you to be.
Yep.
Also, you see how this... Okay. There's a truck in front of us, and the back taillights have two completely different configurations.
Yep. Well, one has been broken off.
Oh, yeah. I see.
One of the taillights has a design on it, and the other one had the design.
And it got ripped off, I guess.
Design, and so now we're looking at pieces of it. But
yeah, no, like the soldiers are like broken down, and then they're built up to be something completely different than what is like functional in normal society.
Yeah. You're broken down to be something that like functions on a battlefield, and you don't have emotions are not here. You have a job. You get the job done no matter what. Yeah. And then it's like, all right, well, now come back into normal society where you have people who have emotions and feelings, and society is driven largely on feelings, and it's a lot softer than the battlefield. And now you have to cope and deal and like be a functioning member of society in a world that doesn't understand you, doesn't really make that much space for you, doesn't always have as much tolerance for like the way you operate. And I'm like, that's crazy. And just to clarify, through everything we've said, it's a wide brush and it's a wide span to be like, hey, look, if you're military, if you're military, if you're gay, if you're Christian, if you're Muslim, you're still chill here, you know. But it is it's funny because that's kind of the sweep of my friends, of like our friend group. Yeah, like we have all these different people from different backgrounds, and I like it. I think it's healthy. I think it's smart. It is not without its conflicts though. But I think the key thing of it all is like you're trying to figure out how to be a better version of yourself and be a good person out there and like help the world in some ways. Because I'm like, sometimes people in the military are just doing it because they don't know what else to do. They have no other thing to do. But then sometimes people are doing it like, I want to contribute. Yeah. You know? And I'm like, if you have a heart to contribute and you want to see things get better and you care about people, then you're welcome here. That's always been my thing. Like, and I want to make a space in a community where like, you know, what are you giggling about?
This giant ass tractor.
You're such a
who's
child.
Just wobbling.
You're such
around.
A child. I'm giving a heartfelt
in the middle of the street going about 4 miles an hour.
That's gonna hit us. We're gonna slide over a little bit.
And he does not care about it too.
As he shouldn't. He has a giant.
He said, "I'm gonna scoop him."
Yeah, he has a giant. That's Bob the Builder. that is Bob the Builder. He should do whatever he wants. He's earned it. But yeah, no. When it comes to Ivy League, I'm like, yo, these people. It's such a wide sweep. But if you're humble enough to realize you don't know all the answers, you know, you don't have it all down. People can be different from you, and you might not get it, but it's okay. And they can still be in the space, and you allow them to have their space to live. You have your space to live, and we come together to like support each other and help each other and learn and stay open. Then you're in a good place. You're here. You know, I think that's kind of like the vibe here. You know. Yeah. And sometimes people have to get yelled at or smacked, but
Speaking of yelled at,
we figured out. Yeah, sidewalk. People fight on the sidewalk.
People were fighting on the sidewalk.
Come on now, we ain't even Skid Row anymore. It's just LA, baby. Yeah, LA do it. Yeah, any last words? Whoa.
Yeah, we made it back.
We did make it back.
That was fun. That was a fun little drive.
Fun for you. You weren't driving. I'm sitting here with a microphone in my hand, like, you know. Oh, one more ad break.
Oh yeah.
Inflatables. Go.
Are your kids stressing you out again? You just want to get rid of them for a couple hours? Let me introduce you to some big old wacky fun friends that they can play with, or they can play in. Let me introduce you to inflatables.
You should take a marketing course. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Why?
So, because marketing, that's bad copy. I'm taking a marketing course right now, and I know how to write good copy. What you want to do, you have to put yourself in the world of the listener. So let me show you. Are your kids in fourth grade? Exactly. exactly in 4th grade? Do they need friends but don't have them? You can buy our inflatable bounce houses. Buy our inflatable bounce houses.
So what, they can bounce by themselves?
You can have fun for the whole family in the 4th grade. Exactly, specifically. This is my offer. And if you don't like it, we guarantee you will. You have to give a good guarantee. Make the offer. The offer got to be a good offer.
I don't want to guarantee anything because
You
I
have
know.
to guarantee. No, you have to guarantee.
Well,
Guarantee.
I know what I'm
Make so.
selling, and I'm selling a bad product.
If you get hurt, everything's free. If you get hurt, we'll give you half your money back.
Oh, like the old men's wear. Honestly, they still do it. Like the Men's Warehouse ads. You're gonna like the way you look.
Exactly.
I
You
guarantee it.
You have to.
What
give
does that mean?
You have to give a guarantee. Like if you give something about like human psychology over the past like 200 years of writing sales copy, a guarantee makes people feel more inclined to like try. If you can promise me something, I will be way more likely to take you up on your offer.
And the funny thing is, the guarantee isn't like legally binding. You can say I guarantee
Absolutely.
it, and it doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. It's like I don't like the way I look. You look like you stupid coming back in here saying that. You look like a child. Well, I don't like the way I look. Well, okay. What do
Yeah,
you wanna do? You
sucks.
want to switch it out?
And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm like, but you guaranteed it.
Yeah. I was like, guarantee you pick me guarantee. Hey, look, if you do anything this week, catch yourself if you say people, those people or this people or that people, but try to say like, reframe it in your brain as people who are this or people who go through this or people who experience that. Make space for different experiences as always. And anything you took away from this one?
Cars really do be on fire. I thought that was just like a thing in like myths and TV shows. They're really on fire.
That car was flaming. We learned a lot. Oh, and go expose your therapy. Go places.
Yeah.
See things. See the people who have more and people who have less. Contribute and learn.
Yes.
Play us out with that. Give us an outro.
I'm surprised I remembered it. Ivy League Pod. Ivy Podcast.